Hello, everybody. Happy birthday, Patty. Bob says you're 75 today. That's cool.
I'm going to knock you out, Pam.
Amazing for 75.
Merdul, hi. Mike, hi. Scotty, hi. Who else we got in here? Geek Boy, hello. It's good to see you, Merdul. Haven't seen you for a long time.
It's good.
Okay, so today we have Ed and Bob and Sarah. I was saying Scungy Princess and Sarah at the same time. Sarah.
That's okay. In school, people used to call me Scara as a nickname. Yeah.
Oh. See, there you go. And Robert. So let me switch over and we'll have everybody say what they're going to do. We'll do Ed first since he's up at the top. So what you got tonight, Ed?
I'm going to be trying out a new type of paint. It's called contrast paint. I've got a couple of bottles of it, and I'm either going to work on my Cthulhu here, or I have my sharks primed and ready to go. So we might be doing the sharks.
The sharks are awesome.
Thank you. But it's
the
first time I've ever used this paint, so we'll see how it goes.
Okay. And Bob, what are you going to be doing?
Pretty much what I'm doing right now. Now I'm going to be watching the chat and maybe feeding fish.
Once I start
later.
drawing, you'll have to kind of read the chat so we know what's going on.
I know I've got so many Rembrandts I could have been doing all this time, but whatever you need me for.
And we got Robert.
Hello.
With Tia and Aqua. And what are you going to be working on tonight?
I'm going to be working on my 1966 Chevy Nova model car.
Awesome.
Here's the box of it. It's not going to be that color, but here's what I got so far.
Awesome.
So, but yeah, I'm going to try to put some more of this together tonight and see how far we get.
All right, cool. And then we have Blackie, Dr. Black.
Awesome.
Oh, sorry. Had a very, very, very important message that I had to respond to. I've got one of my sons doing a cigarette run for me. That's very important.
Very important. That's extremely important. So, are you going to help with the chat and keeping everybody on their toes?
I suppose that's my modus operandi as a rule. So why not?
Okay.
So with regard to the art side of it, when I was a child on the television, there was a show called Mr. Squiggle and Friends, and part of the show, Mr. Squiggle got given. He was a marionette style puppet. And his nose was a pencil. That's right. I forgot that key ingredient. He's basically given a big sheet of paper with a couple of lines or something on it, and then it was Mr. Squiggle's job to turn it into something that the kids could guess what it was.
Oh, that's cool.
So I started with a squiggle, and then I'll try and turn it into something.
Okay, remember, we got to keep it somewhat PG rated.
Yeah. I'll keep the naked body parts out of it.
Okay.
And no torn off limbs or anything like that.
Yeah. Okay, then we got Sarah or Scunch Princess. Hi.
Hi. I don't know what will happen, but I might draw something.
That'll work.
I've got all my bits and pieces all around me, but I don't know yet what will happen.
That's the best kind.
But I promise to share whatever I do.
Okay. That sounds perfect. And then I am going to be working on that darn deer again because it's just been sitting here. And that is all I've got done of it so far, but we shall work on it some more tonight. See if we can get it figured out and get it looking like something.
What was it?
What's that?
What was it?
It's a mule deer buck.
Oh, I must have been looking. I thought it was an old woman in a bonnet thumping that watermelon.
Bob. What am I going to do with you?
Now, with that deer, you darkened in the horns pretty much, or the antlers a lot. Normally, do you do that type of thing, or it seems like you kind of, I don't know, it seems like normally we see it just organically coming out.
It'll like get lighter and darker in places as I go. I was just kind of like figuring out how big they were and how many points there was and stuff. So,
Gotcha.
and that's as far as I've gotten on him. So I think I got him kind of laid out, but as I go, there'll be parts of it hitting the light that'll kind of blend it into the paper more and stuff as I go.
Max Aquatics and Things said don't censor an artist, Pam. Dee Dee said that's right.
Happy birthday, Patty, by the way. I wasn't going to say happy
Yes,
birthday.
happy
just to be
75th birthday.
The
Happy
doctor's in
birthday,
the
Patty.
house.
And
Hey,
Riddle,
Scott.
good to see you. Long time no see, Marids.
So
Are there
Star-
any Australian horned animals? Like antlers or horns on any Australian?
Oh, that's a
Well,
good
we
question.
don't have anything that has hooves.
Oh,
And so I think horns and hooves go together.
Oh, wow.
We have
I
Thorny
don't know. Bob's
Devils.
got horns, but I haven't
Right.
seen hooves.
Pam,
wait, what did Blackie just say?
I said we have Thorny Devils. They're a variety of lizard, but they don't really have horns as such. They're just their body
They're
armor
spines.
is spikes. Yeah.
but there are like cattle and things like that have been imported, though, right?
That's right. And like we've got, there's deer and stuff as well, but they're not native.
Oh,
Loads of feral deer causing problems around this area of late.
Oh, wow. I never even knew that.
Yeah.
that's a good question. Never thought of that.
I'm going to have to get some tape and tape my camera in place.
Good old tape.
Robert, Robert Dee Dee said you need to get Patty a gift.
I got something in mind. I'm sure that she would like it.
I just love that face that he's doing, that Rob's doing while he's saying he's got something in mind. It's almost sinister, but very lovely at the same time.
Okay, real quick. Hi, Daniel and Dee Dee.
And Dee Dee says
I don't know
Skunky
who else
looks.
came in while I wasn't looking. Oh, Natural Aquariums.
He said the
I'm so
doctor's
used to
in the
running
house.
these things that I'm trying to highlight comments and stuff. It just doesn't work.
Me
for
too. I always do that. Dee Dee said we'll unwrap it, damn it, Bobby. I think Dee Dee's in the wrong stream, maybe.
I was trying to
Yeah,
highlight
but I
one
can't
where
do that on
said,
here.
she said Scunch Princess looks extra pretty in her frock.
She does. I was going to say that, but sometimes it creeps people out when I'm in. Say you're pretty.
To be honest, it creeps me out when anyone says that to me. But, I think that's just my own discomfort.
Well, I think you look extra scrungy tonight.
There you go.
Oh, no.
An
Hey,
extra
Sean.
double dose of scrunge.
503 Aquatics.
And Fern, hi. Fern is one of my friends from Montana. And when I lived up there, we used to go out and paint together and stuff.
Hey, Sandy. Gate boy. I'm behind you about 20 seconds, Pam.
I don't know how to open these lids.
They might be idiot-proof, Ed.
Oh, I just muscled it. It had little plastic like stuck to it, and you had to stretch it out to pop it.
Hey, Big D, welcome.
It's always risky with something like a paint, isn't it? That you're going to put in that just too much effort, and then it's everywhere. Exactly.
Well, I'm going to start on Cthulhu just to see how this paint works, and then I'll hit the sharks.
Yeah, because you don't want to mess up the sharks if it doesn't work good.
Where do the bases come from, Ed, that you're painting? Like, do you print them or do you buy them like that made? Or
Well, these guys are what's called Warhammer. It's pretty popular in Australia. It's a British game. It's a board game, like a table game that people play, but it's all models. And I can show you a couple of the sprues. But because they're British, they're a little more expensive than normal models. But like I had to break all the wood off.
Like a model plane comes, yeah?
Yep.
Okay. That's very cool.
Thank you,
I do a
Marjorie.
lot of armies and stuff.
Where do you source those from?
Well, I got this from my local comic book shop, actually. So, yep.
I don't have
Anthony.
a local comic book shop. I wish I did.
Oh no. Well, hobby stores sell them too. Do you guys have hobby shops?
A little bit, but the ones that I know of it's mostly like model vehicles. They don't seem to have lots of variety.
You know what? I bet that game shop that you can get wingspans at, Blackie,
Mhm.
remember that game shop down there that they have the game Wingspan? They have a lot of board games.
Crackle Point.
Mm-hmm.
I bet you they have them there because it's a real big gaming type thing.
Yeah.
it is. My
They're
brother
all in
was,
like little boxes.
my brother was deeply involved in Warhammer counterfeiting, going
Oh, I
back
love
about
that.
15 years. Get pre-made models and then do a mold based on them and then cast their own.
Oh.
Wow.
Yeah.
I probably shouldn't say that on a public platform, but I think he's still got boxes and boxes and boxes of them somewhere, but mostly just the little army figures and whatnot.
Get him stars on your trail for that now. Get him stars.
I'm on another list now.
I've often wondered so my dad was really into Dungeons and Dragons, but I didn't grow up with my dad. And there's this whole story about his whole Dungeons and Dragons set and where it ended up. And like he thinks that my mum has it, but like my mum doesn't have it and has no interest in it. But it's I've heard all the stories about, and this is like from I guess the 80s or something. But I've often, wished that I'd know where Dungeons and Dragons set ended up and see what it was like, all of the old models and stuff that they had, because, these days there's a lot of mass production of all the parts and everything. But I don't know. I just wonder what it was like back then. And
Yeah.
how
This is
cool
actually a
it would
Dungeons
be.
and Dragons model. The Cthulhu.
That's what my
It's very cool.
Tucker is into
I like
Dungeons
that.
and Dragons, and he does the models from them and stuff, paints them and stuff.
GRB.
G'day,
Dr.
JRB.
Black. Dr. Black, lots of people are specifically speaking to you. This is not my job. I'm not paid to do this, so chime in there, please. I mean, you don't need my permission. I'm just saying. This is not
Actually-
Pam. What Pam pays sucks. So
I know, huh?
right.
I probably should. I didn't expect myself to actually focus on drawing so much,
Yeah.
but yeah, I'll rip
There you
back
go.
through the chats and apologize to everyone that I missed your comments. I'll start reading the
I'll
chats a
start
bit more.
playing with fish and snakes in a little while, so that'll give me some time. Give me some relief.
What are you going to play with?
Fish and snakes.
Snakes? Have you
Yeah.
got snakes? Are you going to show us your snakes, Bob?
Well, I wasn't going to show them, but I was going to feed them maybe. One of them's out over there holding up a little sign that says, "We'll not bite for food."
You should get one out and give it a kiss.
No.
I would love to see them, but I understand if that's not a thing.
This paint is like cheating. It is so quick and easy.
Wow.
I can
That
see
really-
how
That is really cool.
Wow.
it does dark and
That's the
light.
one that you just opened up?
Yeah, I can't believe. I'm going to add a green to it though, so I don't want it to be brown, but I wanted the base coat to be brown, then green under it. But I can't believe it.
Wow.
It's really
Very
watered down,
That's cool too.
and the water sticks to the bumped out parts, but then it sinks down into all the crevices and really darkens.
Well, don't show us whatever you do. Don't let us see it.
Hello, Shanna.
Crazy.
Hello, Anthony. Daniel. Big D. Big D, you finally got your computer. I assume that's what you're talking about. Well done. Mike, hello.
Congrats.
3G, all the Gs. John Oliver. Hello, John. How are you? And my chat just jumped, so anyone that I missed, hi.
Uh-oh. Anthony sent me a photo. Be right back.
Anthony was the first person to respond on my in the spotlight today. I just put the thing up for people, and he was already talking in there.
Oh, wow,
crazy.
Anthony. He's getting so big, it's his ball python. Cool. He looks awesome. That plant you've got in there, Anthony, looks kind of like this one that I'm about to order. It's just that I never have my card, or I guess I could do PayPal when it pops up in the commercials in YouTube and wherever I'm prowling around. But anyway, it's something rattlesnake is what they're calling it. It's one of the prayer plants, so it closes up at night. Dr. Black, anybody that knows anything about plants is more than I do. Calantharina or something like that. Rattlesnake. So it's only like $9.
Yeah, I'm
think
not
I'll get
familiar
it.
with prayer plants.
It's really cool. I've never seen it. Each leaf kind of
No,
looks like a
but-
rattlesnake tail.
I always get
Sorry,
a lot
Sarah.
of joy from the plants that do go through that daily cycle where they open up and they change through the day and you get to watch them. When I was little, there's like this little weed plant that we get around here, and it's really small, has small little green leaves and these little kind of pinkish flowers. And yeah, and they open in the day, they're really wide and open. And then in the night, they turn into this really cool little closed pattern. And when I was a little girl, I used to be obsessed with them and having to go out and check how they were at different parts of the day, how far they were through their cycle and stuff.
It's cool how the mimosa tree, they're an invasive, of course, I think from Africa, but I've always liked them and their little pink pom-pom blooms in the spring. Closest thing we have in Tennessee to palms, I guess. Robert, I don't think you're painting it. What are you doing, Robert?
I am gluing some seats together because they're like a two-piece. And these models, they're not exactly like made to fit like they should, like perfect. So you got to trim them off, and you got to bend on them and stuff to make them sort of fit halfway decent. So I mean, it's a
Must
bit
be a
tricky.
Ford.
No,
Must be
it's
a Ford.
actually it's actually a Chevrolet of all things.
Nova.
Yep, it's a 1966 Pro Street.
Jeez, I was 10 years old then. Malibu was everything. All the kids my age thought about was the Malibu, Chevy Malibu.
It's such a shame that the fin trend died away from the Malibu.
Yes,
They were the
it
first
is.
big one with the fins and stuff, weren't they?
I don't remember them on them, Blackie. I don't
My
remember
first
them on them.
car was a 65 Barracuda.
Oh my goodness,
Yeah.
that car would be worth about close to $250,000 right now.
Wow.
Is that the one the police helicopter caught you in?
Yeah. Yeah.
I thought it sounded like a familiar story.
Yeah, like Cudas are my favorite of all of the muscle cars. If I had to pick one, if I had the money or whatever.
And 8-track players were the thing then.
Yep.
And the 65 Barracuda has like a bubble window in the back
Yep.
and a small hatchback. And I like ran the wires back and had the speakers in the very back so that it kind of like went around the funnel thing. It was pretty awesome. I could make you cry though if I told you about my second car.
Mm.
Well, let's do it.
I wrecked my Barracuda, so I traded the motor in it for my second car, and the guy told me, he said it runs, but don't get it up over 55 because it's got a problem somewhere, and you don't want to drive it over 55. And I was like, okay. So my brother-in-law borrowed it to go into Portland, and I told him not to get it above 55. And when he came back, he told me it does fine above 55. It just vibrated for a little bit, then it quit. And it never started again.
Oh,
And my dad, spent hours upon hours, like it was in the wiring someplace, and he couldn't find it. He worked and worked and worked and worked on it. And he finally told me, he says, you're just going to have to sell it for what you can get out of it and get another car because I can't find where the problem is. And so he put it up for sale for me. And when I went out to the house, he sold it for $100. And the body was in perfect shape, and the interior was in perfect shape, but it just wouldn't start. But when I went out to his house, he told me, he says, Pam, he says, I think I made a big mistake. And I was like, why is that? And he said, well, because the guy came to get it and paid him for it and loaded it up on a trailer like a baby and had it wrapped in blankets and everything.
Mm-hmm.
And was so excited, he was jumping up and down. So, do you guys want to know what my dad sold for $100?
Yeah.
Afraid to ask.
A 56 T-Bird in perfect shape.
Oh my God.
Yeah. A 56 T-Bird.
That was my dream car, in the 70s
And
and 80s.
at that time, it was worth like $75,000, and that was years ago. And my dad sold it for $100. Oh yeah.
Hey, Amber. Hey, Danny.
I would have beat the crap out of your brother-in-law.
Right.
I was not happy with him because I told him, but guys, they think that they know best.
Right.
Well, then I understand. No, I don't. I'm just
Those are really, really nice cars.
You guys have some really nice cars over there. Actually, don't you? Like compared to the stuff that we've had over here, American cars can be pretty beautiful.
Are I don't know, so I'm asking. I assume they are. Are cars produced there?
Not anymore.
No.
Pretty much the auto industry has been shut down in Australia. Even our biggest brands, I think Ford might be the only one that has any manufacturing here anymore.
Wow.
And I think that's pretty much just assembly. It's not really manufacturing. But yeah, speaking of old cars, there was an Australian car that set a record a couple of weeks ago, sold for like $1.7 million, and it was one of 35 Ford Falcon specials.
Oh my God.
That was back in the days when they were hand building cars, and when racing cars were supposed to be, equivalent of what was on the road, really. So Ford were doing this tricky stuff where they had their cars being hand built and fiddled with in a way that they looked like a normal car, but they had a lot more power and stuff. And I think there was only 35 of this particular model made.
Wow.
Back in the 70s, I believe.
Wow.
And yeah, 1.7 million or something this thing went for. Most expensive vintage car ever.
It's amazing.
It was a beautiful time for those Fords. They were a really nice looking car. And I think
They
previous to that, there was an old Holden of some sort that was like 1.5 million as well.
Hey, look, Blackie. These little rocks were made in Australia.
What are they?
They're like for betta bowls and stuff.
Oh, right.
They were in my local fish store for like since the 70s, and they never sold. And I said, I'll buy them because I thought I could use them for like different things I make. And I read the label, and they were made in Australia. How cool is that?
Back when things were probably affordable to be made in Australia.
For anyone that doesn't know in the chat, I'm sure that Sarah and Blackie will know this, but there is a very famous hot rod shop over there. If anybody in chat is into like burnout cars and stuff, it's called the Rod Shop. And they got some very, very high horsepower cars that are well known that can do some serious burnouts.
Really?
Yes.
Yeah, I'm not familiar with this company.
Really?
Yeah. Neither am I.
Suppose it's not necessarily in either of our wheelhouses, hot rods and whatnot.
Yeah.
I like to look at them, but I don't know much about them.
Did he
There
say
is
her
this,
parents?
Sorry, Bob, keep going. Oh, yeah, her parents had a Falcon in the 60s. I'm not sure if the American Ford Falcon is the same as the Australian one.
My mother had a 65. It was like navy blue, the white top, 4-door, and I remember going to school in it and all that. 65, yeah.
But there's this
Nice
other
little cars.
there's this other charity company that's getting around at the moment, and they do like vintage cars that have been restored and done up, but they raffle them off, and all of their profits go to veteran stuff.
Oh, nice.
And that's how I'm so tempted sometimes, because some of the vehicles they have are just so stunning.
Anthony thought you were showing off your stash, Ed.
It's a bit harsh on the drawback, but it's got a kick like a mule.
69 goat.
Just take 2 of these and you will stream for 48 hours.
Everything will be painted in my house.
Yep.
You're going to need a few more pots of paint, Ed.
I got a lot.
Dee Dee, I had a 69 Chevy. It's green with a whatever kind of top, Landau or whatever they call that, vinyl. Sure did. I wrecked it too.
Hmm.
Yep.
Well, my
Yeah, that's
first
it.
car. Oh, go ahead.
I was just going to respond to Natural Aquariums saying that there was a Holden HSV GTSR W1 Maloo Ute. One of only 4 ever made, was the last Holden car manufactured in Australia. Beautiful, beautiful Ute. They are super powerful. And yeah, it was the brand new one, just fresh off the thing, and they auctioned it off for 1.05, I think. I think it was auctioned off because, yeah, it was the last car manufactured by Holden in Australia. And then Holden were they started to get all their vehicles manufactured out of China. And then because Holden is a subsidiary brand of General Motors, and after a couple of years, GM decided to drop the Holden brand. So I don't think we're going to get any more Holden cars, whether they be from China or from Australia.
I hated when they dropped Oldsmobile.
Oh, me too.
Which mobile?
Oldsmobile.
Yeah, right.
They were
Well,
good cars.
Didn't Olds get absorbed by Ford or something?
I don't know. Just
I think
remember
they're
reading.
GM.
Are
Yeah,
they?
right. Yeah, that would probably make more sense because I think Olds and Henry Ford were the prime American competitors, weren't they, back in the early days of cars? So yeah, it probably would make more sense that he got absorbed by General Motors instead of by Ford, the main competitor.
I had a 76 Cutlass Oldsmobile. I really loved it.
G-body?
My first car was a 72 Mercury Marquis with a 460 engine.
Wow.
It was awesome. It had an A-track, and the only A-track I had was Barry Manilow. That wasn't awesome, but
not very fitting for that vehicle either.
No.
no.
I remember when I wrecked my Barracuda, I took it over a cliff and ended up kind of halfway upside down against a tree. And I climbed up the cliff and was walking down the road listening to my 8-track player, which was playing Pink Floyd Dark Side of the Moon
Cool.
as I was walking down the road.
It was still, you could still hear the music coming from your car after it was wrecked.
Oh, yeah.
They don't build them like that anymore.
How many car wrecks have you had?
Just that one.
Not counting the man you ran over.
Well, yeah, I didn't wreck the car, though. I just broke his leg.
Right.
You just wrecked the dude.
Yeah. If you're going to mention that for people that don't know, he was drunk and crawled underneath the hood of my car and passed out. And when I pulled the hood, I ran over his leg. So it wasn't my fault.
He
In fact,
deserved it.
my insurance wouldn't cover his hospital bill or anything because they said he wasn't a pedestrian.
Fair enough.
And I spent like a year looking underneath my car every time before I went anywhere.
Never known anybody that ran over somebody who passed out under their car.
I'm sure it happens every day.
Well, normally when I run over people, they pass out afterwards under my car. It's weird.
There was actually, I remember hearing on the news, it was like about 2 weeks after I did that, the same thing happened at the Portland Speedway. Somebody got drunk and crawled underneath of somebody's car in the shade, and they got run over, but it killed them because the guy ran over their head and it killed the kid. So
That's
it
less
evidently
funny.
does happen.
I bet you'd hear a pop.
Oh, Ed.
Just
You
saying.
had to say that.
This paint is the most cheating paint in the world.
Wow.
It-
Fred good.
it's the easiest paint in the world. Sean wasn't joking. It's like,
Mhm.
Hang on, I'm having a cigarette so I can get up here and highlight you for a second. But my mouse
Anybody
doesn't
can
work real
paint.
good, so hold on. Because I don't know where my mouse arrow is. There it is. Okay. And hold on.
Really?
Almost
I
there.
might ruin it in a minute because I'm going to add green to it. But
Wow, it looks like you worked on it for hours.
I know, and I'm just mirroring it. It's insane. It's going to be interesting painting the water, though. I'm looking forward to that.
Does it just have gold or does it have all different colors?
It's just a gold brown,
Oh,
and it's real thin, but it's kind of tacky, so it sticks to the high points and then settles into the low points, and it's adding the texture. I
it
just,
looks really awesome. I mean, it really does. It looks awesome.
I mean, it's really expensive.
Really?
$7.80 a bottle. That's crazy expensive, but
Is it?
it really works.
How much?
$7.80.
Is that an
A
Yeah.
little
ounce?
bitty pot.
2 ounces?
It's like $2,500 in Australian money.
Just trying to see what Amber's been up to. Wild beta mixed with the pot. Uh-oh.
Chalupa, no tomatoes. Says it looks great.
I could go for
Yes.
it right now. When this stream's over, I'm going to Taco Bell.
Oh man.
Oh, I thought you were going to say you were going to Disneyland.
Oh, I wish. I haven't been there in a long time. Well, I'll go to Disney World. It's closer. I haven't been to
there for a long
Disneyland.
time, but when I was there a lot because I worked there.
It's been over 30 years since I've been to Disneyland. Wouldn't that be cool if you worked there when I was there?
It's been about 15, 20 years maybe since I worked there. Not 20, probably about 17 years since I worked there.
Oh, that's cool, Greg. Knocking the windows out of the 70s and 80s. Make dirt trackers.
Ed's going to make a run for the border.
Mm-hmm.
It's like Pat High. He says that everything there closes by 8 due to no workers. We got a lot of the restaurants like Arctic Circle and stuff close at 8 o'clock. McDonald's locks the lobby at like 8 o'clock, but they're open till 11 or so, I think, through the drive-through. But things,
I didn't know that.
Laramie's a small town, but you would think things would stay open later because it's a college town. But it closes up fairly early.
Well, the kids aren't allowed to have fun anymore. For good reason. But I mean, they're probably not
as many
showing up to
times
college.
as,
They're probably doing it from home.
As much as
Okay,
I've
so-
seen Amber interviewed and talking, and she says that she has fallen down the wormhole of Asiatic pepper seeds, she has an affinity for Asian vegetables and plants. Cool. Cool.
So I added the green. I was going to dry brush green, but you can't dry brush this stuff.
It looks good. It looks
Okay,
good.
this is the base coat brown, and then there's my green for Cthulhu.
It looks good. I like that.
Very cool.
This
Yeah.
is going to be the quickest medium-sized model I've ever painted.
Yeah.
Looking good, Ed.
Well, thank you, sir.
If I could have chosen any job at Disney, what would it have been? One of the artists that sits there drawing caricatures of people.
I tried to get a job there.
But I worked.
Hey.
I worked the cash registers a lot and restaurants a lot, and the stores at downtown Disney, the ice cream shop, security once in a while, and they put me up for every special event because when the park closed at night, they'd have like special events with movie stars and openings and shit, and I absolutely hated it. And I tried to get out of it. I called the office and I said I didn't want to keep working the special events. And the gal's like, "Oh, why not? You get to meet all the movie stars." I was like, "Yeah, but they're just normal people with fancy jobs. I don't care." And she's like, "That's why we want you working special events." I was like, "God damn it."
Wrong thing said at the wrong time.
Yes. Pam would make good security. Yeah, I'm mean.
Pam, when you're near your screen, will you put me up there on it?
Yeah.
Well, actually, I'm going to turn myself around.
I'm taking a slight break from drawing here and having a cigarette so I can do
I'm
this.
going to show, oh my God, wait a minute. I'm going to show Sarah one of the snakes is actually out.
Oh, yeah.
Actually out basking.
Can you touch it?
I probably can touch it.
Now, I put you up and it's just a black screen. Good job, Bob.
Well, where the hell did it go? Front camera, done. There should be nothing. Let me put it back to me. That's weird.
Select Pet says, yeah, if you don't listen to Pam, she'll run you over.
I'm listening, believe me. Let's see. This one's not out right now, but it was climbing that little parlor pond while I was sitting there. It's the new milk snake, and this guy doesn't come out.
Why are they called milk snakes?
Oh, he is out. That's Sandy. That was Nathan's snake. He is big. I don't know if you can see him at all. He doesn't like
Yeah, I
light.
can see him.
Okay.
He's a big boy now. Hey.
Now,
You're
Bob,
probably
is
gonna-
that the one that accidentally bit you?
Yeah, he was in shed, and his eyes, of course, were covered over. And Terry wanted me to show the feeding. It was a frozen mouse, and about the time I thought, "Uh-oh, I can't see my hand," I felt him tag my finger. It scared him to death because he thought it was a mouse. This is one of my new guys, Reggie. No, like a little girl. I was surprised at how much it didn't hurt.
It only
Can
hurts
you
when they
take
grab
one of
on.
those? Next time we go somewhere, can you take it with
That's
you?
very pretty.
He is more handleable than any of the three of them. Yeah, he was at Petco, and he's always was out and about. And I kept going in and seeing him. He was like, "Get me, get me, get me." Just a common ball python. You gonna let me get you? He's like, "What is that camera?" If he'll let me, I'll take him out now.
Yeah, while you're doing that, I'm going to go get another cup of coffee.
This is going
With
to.
Fireball in it, of course.
I'm not looking at the comments, but I bet Patty and Dee Dee are say, "Watch, he's going to get bit again." You're probably right.
We'll do it for Patty's birthday.
Right?
So, Bob, why are they called milk snakes? I asked you that before.
You have, and I researched it, and I don't know if I told you or not. Mike can tell us. He's in here. They're actually a subspecies of, or Blackie may know, of king snakes.
They are a type of king snake. I've Googled it myself because I was intrigued by Ed's question as well.
Awesome. Let go. Come here. Let go, baby. It's pulling the plant out. Come on, baby.
Yeah, it doesn't seem to give me any reference as to why they're called such.
Here, hold on to me. We don't need that old plant anyway. Here he is. There he is. I can get over here and sit down. You feel cool. You're under the light. You shouldn't feel cool. And this old guy is. It's the blue tie. I see you. His eye
All
open.
right. I got an interesting story off the internet.
Cool.
The common name milk snake originated from a belief that these snakes milked cows.
Oh,
That's right.
This myth probably began when farmers sought some excuse for why a cow was producing less milk than usual.
That's not working.
Well, luckily the farmers didn't kill them all.
quit. It's your
You didn't
turn.
kill him.
Get him, Star. Okay. Gosh, with all this jostling, he's probably going to be in a bad mood. Yes. Look at that. Let me turn it back towards me, I guess. Huh?
Oh, man. Uh-oh, we just lost the feed. Okay.
I'm still here. No, it just took the picture away. I could still hear. But is it still going?
I was afraid you were being choked out.
Yep. Help, help. I don't
The
know what
first
it's
thing those
doing.
snakes do is turn off your phone.
I don't know what it's doing. Trying to do this with one thumb and hold this and hold him. Okay. And I have no idea why it went black. So here we go. Craziness. Yeah, I'm trying to set the tripod back on. What I want to do is turn this around. Here we go. There we go. Mercy. Guys, if you need any technical assistance, I've got lots of time.
I could use some help installing some Ethernet in my basement, Bob.
I see it went black when I turned it back toward me. I don't get it. All I did was flip the camera.
You probably like touched a button.
No, I didn't touch any button except to flip the thing back toward me.
Did you show your milk snake already?
I'm sitting here holding it, trying to show it.
Oh,
Hey, well, it did its thing. I didn't touch it. He's watching me. Where is he? Where the hell is he? There we go. There he is. I can get oriented to the camera. Here we go.
It's beautiful.
that's not the milk snake, though. That's the ball python, right?
Right, the milk snake won't let me do this. He would be gone.
Now, what's this one?
This is Reggie. I just named him the other day. He's the ball python. Come on. Look at that. Yeah, that's better. In fact,
Was he named after a famous Reggie?
No, their species is Python regius, Regius. So I thought Regius, or it can be pronounced Regius. There were two pronunciations that it sounded out, on the online thing. So I said, "Oh, so Reggie then." Rather
Well,
than
that's
go with
just crazy luckiness.
so rather than go with Regis.
Hi, Dickie.
That's a
Steven,
pretty
hi.
snake, man.
Danny, hi.
Yeah, he's a little baby. Not a lot to see with snakes. That's pretty much what they do, unless they're eating. or this one, this kind of place. Yeah. Sniffing around, and sorting it out. He's still got a little bit of a defensive posture, so he could snag me if he wanted to.
Yeah, go
I'll
on.
be right back. I need to get a refill on my drink.
You can take me down anytime you want him.
Yeah,
Well, I
snake
wanna see
season's
your other
just picking
snake.
up.
Which other snake?
The milk snake.
He's not out.
Oh.
I can start
Well,
looking for him
okay.
over there. I can start looking for him in a little bit. I'm going to be feeding them all three tonight because they're all out.
Hi, BJ. Hi, S.
G'day, BJ. The snake season's just picking up here with the warm weather starting. They're out and about everywhere.
It's going to be spring there soon, I bet.
Oh yeah, we've kicked into spring.
Cool.
And that's generally when the males start getting around looking for females.
This one is not sexed. The one from Nathan, Sandy, is a male. And the little new milk snake is, it's a Pueblo milk snake. I didn't say that. So it looks like a reverse coral snake. Cool. The barbershop stripes.
Yeah, they often get mistaken for the coral snakes and get murdered, don't they?
Yeah. This guy's native to the Pueblo area in Mexico.
Well, he does look like a coral snake.
Yep. If you don't know the little rhyme, he does. He does. But
Those colors are beautiful.
I thought he was really pretty too. I really like the transition in the colors or whatever, how it fades on him.
Mm-hmm.
Look at that. These are, yeah. These particular snakes can hear well. The balls hear very well. Yeah. He does.
He's got a cool looking head.
He can get a mouse that's bigger than him through that little head. It's cool to watch. I mean, it's already dead, so he's got to eat.
Yeah, never ceases to amaze me, the snake's ability to get massive things down its neck.
Have you had any snakes you've had to relocate already this year?
No, I've done no relocations this year yet, but certainly a couple of sightings. My son gets requested to relocate snakes on a regular basis, and he said he had 4 requests this morning in that area to move some carpet pythons, but yeah, he just decided to leave them be and let them do what they do.
Why would people want to remove pythons from their house? Like, is it just because they fear snakes?
I think that's the general motivation.
Because that's such a welcome critter to have around. It does good and does no bad, you know?
Yeah. I think as a general rule that we accept nowadays, most people are idiots.
That's for sure.
Hi, Mississippi Hippie.
Hey, hippie.
Hi, Holly. Freaky fish lady.
Ed and James brought Sandy back from, was it Mississippi, Ed?
Yes.
Yep. And so Ed knows how small he was. This snake is that small or a little smaller. Sandy is a lot bigger now. Big old boy. What you think? I used to take Sandy around in my shorts pocket, like to go shopping and stuff. Stay right there.
When people hug you, would they say, "Is that a snake in your pocket?"
Are you just glad to see me? I'd say it's a snake in my pocket. I was waiting. I thought Robert would get that one, but
At least you didn't keep it in your boot.
that's right.
Start comment on me. Andy.
That made me think of the thing I said to Robert at the fish swap, Ed. I'm not going to say it on here. I'm not going to say that on here.
Yeah, okay, yeah. Yeah, that's kind of why, I just sort of laughed.
Oh, honey. Come on then. Okay. She was actually just sitting here on the floor, like begging and sooking that she needed some pats. So.
Ah.
Oh.
Hey.
Kim, will you take me back down if I can lasso another snake later? I'll tell you.
Okay. I got
wanna
you down
see-
right now.
Oh, okay. Looks to me like I'm still up there because I still had myself enlarged. Thank you. Just wanted to see who she's petting.
Yeah, you can't really see her though, Bob.
don't
She
know.
just makes all of the light disappear.
Yeah, it's really sad because I think she's adorable, but she's so hard to take pictures of. You can't see her on videos.
Oh, yeah,
It's
because
just-
it's so dark.
She's just the silhouette of a dog.
I can tell you how to fix that. Rose
Go on.
glycerin. Put rose glycerin with water in a spray bottle and spray it, and the light will hit the little dots of rose glycerin and water, and you'll see the dog's face and everything. It works for photos.
How intriguing. Yeah, well, I would like at least like one nice photo of her. And it's funny because when the lady who bred her would send regular pictures of her from when she was a baby growing up until we got her. And they were always these terrible photos. And before we got her, I was like, how hard is it to just take a cute picture of a puppy? Like, puppies are adorable. Surely it's like really easy. Just take a picture of the puppy and it's adorable. And they were like all terrible until she came home and I realized you actually can't take pictures of her.
Well,
What
I
is
used to
she?
throw a lot of photos.
She's Labrador cross poodle.
Oh, cool.
Oh, a Labradoodle?
Yeah, you know, kind of, but she's really more. Okay, well, because here we have Australian Labradoodles, and they have a long line of breeding and include like I think Cocker Spaniel and stuff in there as well. But she's literally like her parents are a Labrador and a poodle. But so, you know, she's a beautiful family dog and she's very, very smart and she's goofy and has loads of energy.
Yeah, she's certainly got equal parts of goofy and real smart.
Yeah,
It's a quality mix.
Yeah. Like she's a pretty fast learner. Like I can train her stuff like that. But because her name is Billy, and it turns out that she has some very goatish qualities. So it's turned out well because she's like gets nicknamed the Billy Goat. She goofs around and she literally chews on tin cans and stuff. And if you're sitting on the ground, she'll like come and stand on top of you.
Now, is this the dog that you was talking about in that stream that y'all would give it those little flies or whatever, tear the wings off of them, and you hand it to them? Oh, that was hilarious.
She thinks that they're delicious. And she gets really excited now if there's one around, like she's waiting for the kids to catch it and feed her the snack.
No.
Billie Jean's saying that she wished she had a black snake to keep the copperheads and the rattlesnakes in check on the farm. There used to be a huge king snake that would bask in my front when I first moved here, but after a couple of years it didn't come back. But I had a copperhead problem, so I was glad it was there.
Was
Yeah,
that the
around
one
here
that
it's
you...
the bull snakes do that. They'll keep rattlesnakes in check.
You did a video of that king snake, didn't you, Bob? Was that one?
I don't think I
Or was-
ever did.
was that a
This was
different one?
20.
Or was it a
this
rat
was-
snake in that video?
This was 20 years ago.
Right.
I don't know.
Yeah, you did a video a couple of years ago with a black snake. Maybe it was a rat snake on your back deck.
Yep, I remember that.
Oh, the
Yeah, I
one
did
that
too.
slithered off so fast. The cats were watching it, and I went out, and there it was. No, that was a little worm compared to this. Was a big guy. He was like 4 or 5 feet
Yeah.
and thick. I mean, he was living off the copperheads. No, it was way back before that. I hope that one's still around. I'd forgotten about that. Probably getting big by now. Good memory, Blackie.
This one cabin that I lived in had a bull snake that was pretty big. That would there was like a dirt driveway going down to the cabin, and he would lay stretched out sunning himself every morning. And I would go for a walk every morning, and this snake stretched clear across the road. It was like a 2-track dirt trail thing, you know. But he stretched all the way across the road. He was a big guy. And 2 mornings in a row, I stepped right on him. And
On purpose?
if you aren't paying attention and step on a snake, you know instantly what you stepped on. Believe me. And your heart stops, and you find out that you can fly. But he wasn't real happy with me, I have to admit.
Yeah, I found out when I was younger that I could scale about 4 meters of vertical cliff face in about a second and a half because I was getting chased by a brown snake across a creek.
Oh, they're poison, aren't they?
They're the worst. They're the second most venomous snake on the planet, and they're everywhere.
You did a video of one on the fence, didn't you, a couple of years ago, and it went up in a tree? Was that what that was?
No, that was a common tree snake. They've had plenty of them around in the last couple of weeks. I did a video on the brown snakes. There was 2 males fighting in my backyard.
Yes, that wasn't long after that. It was about that same time.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah, generally my snake videos come in flurries because it's generally based on that season when they're all out and about.
There was another you did of sorry. Go ahead.
Oh, I was just going to say that's, it's part and parcel when there's lots of snakes about. Generally, my video gets a few extra, my channel gets a few extra videos on it.
There was a big, maybe it was a carpet python, I don't know, but it was a really big, beautiful snake. Somewhere we had on maybe a rock wall, or do you remember that?
Yeah, there was one at my work. There's quite a few carpet snake videos and relocations on my channel. But yeah, I had one at my old job on a rock wall, and then there's other ones where me and my son have relocated some real big ones. But they get pretty massive. We're talking 10 foot and more snakes, 3 meters.
There's a lady that she may be in Australia. She probably is. That would make sense. She has a carpet python channel, and she's my age, maybe a little older, and her carpets are so calm, and she lets them out and talks to them, and pretty cool.
Yeah, they're certainly, they're one of the most popular snakes to keep around the planet because of the varieties of patterns and stuff, and they're they can, but if they're handled quite frequently, then they can become quite passive and they get used to it. Lots of people have structures in their yard where they'll take their snakes out too and let them absorb some proper sunlight and whatnot.
Merdil just posted your playlist for all your snakes.
Oh, do I have them organised in I'm not that organised, am I?
I think YouTube does it automatically.
Right.
How about that?
It's awesome to see Majorel here.
It is really. Meriddle.
Yeah, I haven't seen him in a while in chats.
Oh yeah, BJ says she gets an increase of spiders in the spring and fall. I'm getting right now because it's cooling off outside. Every time I open the door, I get a bunch of damn flies in here, and the spiders are coming in too. So yeah, it's that time of year.
I think Merdil was saying.
I got a goanna the other day, which was really nice because we don't get very many here. I used to get them at my old house a lot, but yeah, Lovely.
what?
Medium-sized goanna.
No idea.
What is
That's
that?
awesome.
Lace monitor? Like
Oh,
a big
nice.
lizard.
Oh, cool.
Yeah.
Yeah,
They've-
Australia has the best reptiles in the world. It's really.
Yeah.
We've got some good ones.
Hey, Stephen. Holly.
Yes, it's very good to see you again, Merdul.
I think the gypsies made him travel this summer with them.
Is that what it was?
Something. I heard a rumor.
It's good because you know that there's that community vibe when you notice someone's missing for a little while and they come back and everyone's so welcoming and lovely.
You know, I was thinking that about
Yeah.
Candy today, thinking about your stream, Pam, and then I was thinking, you know, it's so different without Candy in any of the streams now.
Yeah. Definitely.
Yeah, like
Okay.
she hasn't been modding ever since that she's moved.
I don't know if I like this water. See, I'm painting it from the inside out, but the problem is like the arms, I've got no inside to paint. So like this clear part on his arm, I guess I could put a little bit of blue on the inside, but you see how it's blue on down here?
Yeah.
I was going to do white around the bottom to make it really look like he's splashing through.
Yeah.
Ed, I gotta say, buddy, that looks good.
Yeah.
I don't know. See what this is what it looks like on the inside, though. It's not really very cool on the inside.
No, it's
And so
definitely.
if
I like the idea of doing it from the inside because you get that you know, the clear
The
plastic
ice-
on top of
ice
the
look,
blue.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's.
but
very good
unfortunately, I
thing.
don't know how I'm gonna
Oh,
the
how are you going to
drips
get
on
up
his
into
arm.
the arm?
Hmm.
Yeah, right. Syringe?
Well, but it's not hollow.
Ah,
Yeah,
Maybe
Big
we'll
D
do a
saying
little little bit of blue
Candy,
with a little bit of white.
Candy lives there now, and Danny was saying she's exclusive to co-op. I talked to her, well, messaged with her, not talked, maybe 2 weeks ago. It might have been 3, but very recently. And it was just kind of like, hey, how are you doing? I see you're on and all that. And she said, I'm doing good. How are you doing, of course? And I said, well, how is it? Do you like it? And she said, I'm happier than I've ever been. So
Nice.
that's
Oh, very
awesome.
cool.
That was pretty much it. We like, take care. Take care.
Well, that's what counts.
Yep.
Yep.
Happiness is
Oh,
what
yeah,
it's
I
all
haven't seen
about.
Cody's son for quite a long time.
I know, yeah. Like a couple of months.
And Sean,
Amber was saying in chat that she talked with him today, maybe. Somebody was asking about him.
Sorry. I'm just going to vanish for 1 sec. Hang on.
I'm counting. Okay, 1 second of those over.
Oh, you're so hard on people, Pam. This is why you can't get people to visit.
She's so deceptive.
comes
That
back over.
scumsy.
Oh, is she Billie Jean? All right. Home at School and Caleb. That's awesome. That is great.
Well, she actually, I'm glad to hear she's homeschooling him because with the problems he's just getting over, you don't want him.
Oh, no. With all the chemo he's had and stuff. No way.
Yeah, you don't want him to be anywhere near anybody that's been sick or is sick.
Yeah, my brother just turned down a job because of that.
Did he? Yeah.
He was offered a manager of a game store, and turned it down because he didn't want to be around people.
Right. That's
Hard to
right.
fault that.
Yeah, especially like I say, whereas Caleb just got over all of the cancer treatments and stuff, you really don't want him exposed to it at all.
Plus, I imagine Candy would make a pretty awesome teacher as well.
Yeah, I think so too. Yeah.
Pardon me.
I give it a
Nowhere near.
7.5.
No, for him that's like a 6.
Like a 4.
You must be get scratching him some. Where you going?
Michael Long, hello.
Are you headed? Get him, Star. I need to wrap around my arm. There he goes. He's off. There you go.
Mike says to quit pushing buttons.
I was nowhere near it that time, so I have no idea why I would do that. But gosh, your hair is long, Dr. Black.
I'm pretty close to cutting it off, I reckon. It's going to get real hot soon, and sometimes it feels like it's made of polyester and makes me sweat.
Oh yeah, that's right. You guys got summer coming. Getting on to fall here.
It's great in winter, but potentially not so much in summer.
I don't know if you can see that base now.
You what?
Oh, that looks good.
Yeah, that looks good.
It does.
I don't know. I think it's a little too white. I think I need to take that white down a little. Okay,
Well,
thank you.
You're visionaryizing him bursting up out of the water, aren't you?
Yeah.
Yeah, so there'd be plenty of white froth and whatnot on the top
Yeah,
of the water.
exactly.
I think I'm going to try to powder it just a little bit on top, too. And see how that goes. But I'm going to wait. I have a shark that I did a couple of weeks ago. I wanted to experiment with that before I messed with this one. But then I wanted to test out this new paint, and I really like this new paint. It's so easy.
What you doing? What you thinking about?
Yeah, I'm glad I'm not working at the convenience store right now either. I'm glad I decided to quit before all this shit hit.
Oh yeah.
One of the guys I worked with, he tested positive, so he took a week off for the isolator or whatever. And when he didn't come back to work, they sent the police out to do a wellness check on him, and he had died.
Weesh.
Hmm.
Have they called you back to see if you would be interested in coming back?
Nope, they don't have my phone number.
You
The
take his
position's
spot.
just opened up.
You need to get that Pam back. Nobody back talked her.
She sure was a sweet employee.
Oh yeah.
How long have we been here? I'm just asking for a snake, for a friend, I mean.
1 hour, nearly 15.
We
Oh,
still
okay.
have a good 45 minutes or so to go, depending upon when we all want to leave.
I was just curious if anybody besides Ed's had made enough progress to give a progress update.
I can show you what I'm doing.
Awesome.
I feel like I don't know how well you can see it
Oh,
because
I love it.
I've noticed these days Like my camera's not really good enough to show up all the details.
What about, does it macro if you go real close?
It's awesome.
That looks cool.
Yeah, it is.
But all my pens are running out. So that's what I'm doing right now, is trying to go through all of them and see if any have still got some ink in them.
Oh, I hate that. I've got when I do colored pencils, which is what I'm doing right now, I'm out of 2 basic colors, so I'm gonna have to put in an order pretty soon because it's not good. I only have this much black left. That's all, and that's my last one. And you know we need black. And then my bright yellow. This is I don't even have it here. My bright yellow is like about that much.
Yeah, you got them where they're so short that you can barely hold them between your fingers, but you're still trying to
that's it. Yeah.
get some color out of them.
It's not a good time, Yossi. You might get snake bit. You might.
Can't you buy like a little tube thing for holding nubs of pencils?
Probably.
Yeah, you can. But it's actually just cheaper to just get some more pencils.
Yeah, I suppose.
Well, you've got a link, don't you, for your art stuff?
Yeah.
Let's see if one of the mods will put it up. Omer Dill posted Sarah's link on Instagram. Awesome.
I may have taken a little bit too much influence from what Ed's doing with my piece.
That's awesome.
Are you doing a Cthulhu? Hang on, let me get over there so I can highlight.
Ooh.
Hold on.
Yeah.
Oh, that's pretty awesome.
Wow.
It is.
Pretty awesome. Yeah, I like that.
I do too. Pretty cool.
Looks good.
Meh.
Beautiful.
I always think of my drawings, they just look childish and silly.
That's what I think about mine too.
We are our own worst critics. You have to
True.
be. Pretty much. Because if you don't see the mistakes or the things that you could do better, then you're never going to improve. So we have to be our own worst critics, if that makes sense.
Yeah, that's absolutely true.
Sarah,
I'm
I bought some of those. Oh, there she is. I bought some of those pens the watercolor pens,
Oh yeah.
but I haven't used them yet. I can't wait. But I was so excited to finally find some and get them.
They're super handy.
Oh,
I
they're
love
so
them.
cool.
Okay, this is not right.
I just got to disappear for a tick and go and do a couple of jobs for the parentals. I'll be
Okay.
back briefly.
Merdule says, Blackie, all us artists are our own worst critics. And there's your dickblick.com thing posted. What is
Yeah,
that
I have
called?
a wish list too, but I don't know if I've got these pencils on it or not. I should add them to it. Because I'm not always right on top of things. It's like I got all this stuff that I got to get done, and then I start drawing, and everything else kind of goes out the window till I, come back to my realistic senses again. I guess you'd say.
Maria's not here. I noticed that earlier, but I didn't say it out loud. I hope she's getting a restful evening.
I just did his eyes in mustard.
Ooh, I bet that looks careful, Ed, to that mustard.
I know. I didn't put any in my mouth.
Mm-hmm.
Can't really see one. I don't know why. How the inside's all wet. Air can't get to the inside, so it's not drying. I'm just gonna put it upside down. I'm just
Wonder
gonna
if
set
you-
it somewhere.
You had a fan, if that might be too much.
I'm gonna put this on my thing, my tower, or whatever it is, the pillar thing. Oh,
Pam Didi says, speaking of Pam, did you
I know,
send my?
I'm answering her right now.
Oh, sorry. I never know when you're on the break or when you're working. Danny said, blow in it. Ed.
Danny can blow in it.
What Mike said is true. Mardill's music is beautiful. It really is. And Ginger Grave says what you posted on YouTube is lovely, Mardill. Mariddle.
Ginger Graves is here.
Yep.
She's got the best scrunchy, or not scrunchy, scrungy art in the world. She beat me out on the best stuff. But I got
She
the
got
sticker.
some pretty nice ones.
I want to take that one that she got, that's the skull pile,
Mm-hmm.
and I got both the stickers from you. The one that has because you guys do you still have them on your website?
I think they're still up there, but I've kind of haven't gone near my website for a little while. I want to totally redo it, and I just kept putting it off. But yeah, I think they're still on there.
I was thinking about maybe doing a tattoo of that, like right here. Because I thought that'd be cool.
And then put Fish Room Fever around it. There you go.
No.
Or Chattanooga Ed.
That's who I am.
They were saying somebody was going to get a tattoo or something. Ed, you pointed your fingernails on the wrong side, dude.
I want to do this in color.
Mm.
That's Cthulhu too. I love the Cthulhu.
Yeah, I love that. There's this, I don't know, I haven't seen before, but there's this one tattoo artist that I follow on Instagram, and they have the best colors I've ever seen on tattoos. They've got like all sorts of, they're kind of like really bright, dense kind of neon colors, and it just looks amazing.
I was thinking about trying to do that with this one and have like this neon blue or aqua green, like in there with highlighted with purple.
Yeah, that would be really cool.
Oh, painted, not pointed. Sorry, Ed.
But I'm waiting till swimming season's over.
That's wise.
Yeah.
Hey, Ed, are you going to that club thing, the seining event?
Oh, when is that?
It's coming up like in 2 or 3 weeks. It's over there just right. My nephew and great nephew, they swam and fish. They still go there. It's just right from their farm.
Please remind me when it gets closer so I don't forget, because I'm really good at forgetting.
I'm going to send you the link too, if it'll let me forward, so you can put on there you're planning to go. I think there's like 10 or 12 people each. Yeah, he is getting comfortable, Mike. I saw that. Or he's trying to decide if he's going to. If I wasn't holding his whole body back there, you can't really see. If I just moved my finger, he'd fall. I like to move him. Come on. Let's get you somewhere that, let me change arms. You're not heavy, but here we go. Jesus. My brother sent a video. Didn't he do that the last time I was on here? California. Good time. Big D, that sounds awful. Knee is the size of a cantaloupe. Hey, Rico. Some ice on there.
Gypsy Hound Orange.
Hmm.
Wonder what color that is. Well, it's supposedly this color, but it looks more brown.
Let me see what Bobby's doing. Dee said he's working hard.
Bobby always works hard.
Huh?
See?
Yeah.
Okay, I don't like this color. Yet. I think I will like it. I think I need to use different underbelly color.
Ed, if we're allowed to keep things, would you do a natural tank?
Don't know. I've already got all those mollies that I probably need to rehome them because there's so many. Maybe the next time I get a 55 or bigger, I'll do that. I'm currently working on a cold water tank for my Goodiots.
Nice.
Absolutely love them. And I'm hoping if I add I'm putting them in a 55. I'm hoping that they really breed out crazy in there because they've been breeding slowly in 77 degrees. So I'm thinking if I can get it to like 72, they'll like that a lot better and have a lot more room.
Yeah.
Then I could give you some Goodiots.
I have Goodiots. I'm good. Thank
Which
you,
one?
though.
He's goody Ed. He's goody Ed.
Pam. Pam
Sorry.
cracks herself up. I got them from Dan like 2.5, 3 years ago. You know how my memory is.
Well, just tell me what color they are.
They're gold with black on them.
Okay.
Silver.
I don't know what they're
black
called,
on
but
them.
I know what you're talking about.
Yeah.
I've got some gold ones. Also, I didn't even know what I was getting because they were frying. Somebody just handed them to me as James and I were walking out of a fish show, and it said they were trying to give me some cichlids, and I was like, no, I only do live bears, and they said, oh, well, here, and I just all right, and then I read it. It was some type of goodie, and then I lost the bag, so I never remembered the name, but they're about that big and they're yellow, and I just leave them alone.
Those, I can't remember the name either, but those are really nice. Yep. And I can't remember his name. I also have, I just remembered from, what's the guy that's in Chicago that he's on the American Live Bears Association board right now? That's who I got some from him, some of his fry too. I just can't remember his name. People have him on as a guest infrequently to talk about Goodiots. Can't remember.
He's getting old, Bob.
I know I'll be as old as you soon.
This is what
Hey,
happens.
Rico Stan. Rico Stan says hi to the rest of the panel and Bob.
Here we go.
Had the MRI entrance. Well, okay, until I do cortisone shots and physical therapy. Oh, God. Had to go through therapy for my hip, and it was the muscle and ligaments torn off the bone. How's therapy going to fix that? I was mad.
Okay, who dropped off? I just saw everything shift while I'm drawing here.
Ed did.
Ed dropped off. He must
I'm
have
actually.
Hey, Chevy Fish. Speaking of not seeing people forever. Hey, Chevy Fish.
I'm actually
dropped out?
surprised that I'm able to stay up here as long as I have.
It must be Pam's signal strength. I don't know. I don't know how it works.
Yeah, because and I still got about I want to say just a little under the half a battery.
So 40-something% maybe.
Where did Ed go?
Yeah, about. Yeah, if I had to guess, about 40.
He might have hit a button. Or maybe his did what mine did. Mine just went blank and I just went right back in the stream. Weird.
There's Blackie's back.
Good lucky. Ed's on the loose. Somewhere on the loose. He's so good. He's just sitting right here. You're such a good boy.
Yeah, I just had to do a couple of quick things and then I went out.
Too far.
Oh, hold on. Oh, you've got a lot down, Pam.
Still got to put the highlights on the horns, but I'm working on it.
You could use that cheaty paint that Ed's using.
No, it won't work on this.
Oh, never mind.
Nice spot, though.
Yeah, I just had to go and visit the back paddock after I did a couple of jobs, and then I've just found my pond to be very, very empty with my pump very, very exposed. I'm surprised it's still running. It should be cooked. So I just had to then go and turn on my not turn on the pump. I'm just gravity feeding out of my water tanks to top up the pond. Bit sketchy. Lucky I don't have any fish in there at the moment, but my plants are all destroyed.
Oh dear.
I've got spares. It's okay. They'll come back. G'day, Rico, Chevy, New local Austin. Are you talking about the one behind my head, Austin?
Wow, Ed just disappeared. I wonder if he lost his internet or power or something.
Could be. He was out on the porch.
Did he
said
say
when
he
we
was
started.
mad at me for something?
He told me that he was through with you. He's messaging me now.
Oh, okay.
I'm through with that Pam. Oh, he just relaxed his little head down on me. How sweet.
You know, I will say that Ed gave me a trick that, like, when you start putting these model cars together, make sure that you prime all the pieces that you got to paint first, because you try to paint it, with your whatever color, you got to put a lot of coats on it. It smears and it just looks bad.
Yeah.
You mean you got to prime all the individual pieces before assembly?
Yeah.
Gotcha.
Yeah, because it comes in like little sheets like this, and there's like 100 pieces. So like all the pieces that you're planning on actually painting, just go ahead and just get you like any kind of primer, or else, one that'll stick to plastic, and just prime everything first. Just makes it easier. Which that's something that I didn't do until about, I don't know, a quarter of a way going through it, but it looks like it.
Mike said Ed's probably busy painting and hasn't even realized yet.
That's quite possible.
Could be.
He's a lot better at painting than I am.
Robert, you're on your phone too, right?
Yeah.
I was going to say I'd message him, but
yeah. Well, my phone's actually been doing so good that I don't want to touch nothing on it.
don't touch anything.
Safety first.
Because like most of the time, I can't even stay up on panel. If it's more than 4 people. I mean, it's just how my internet and phone is.
Pam, did you get the the package that allows more than 6?
Yeah, I did. I can have up to 10 people. I just
I
got it
wonder-
for one. I just got it for 1 month because I can't afford to pay for it for a year.
Yeah.
So I'll see if I really need it at the end of a month, and I'll cancel it if I don't decide I don't really need it.
I don't know if that has anything to do with the strength of the signal or if it just, I don't know if that's helping Robert or not. I don't know how that works.
Yeah, I mean, I'm not even buffering or nothing. I mean, you guys are, as far as on my end, I can hear everybody good. Nobody's freezing up or nothing. So it's
Let me see if
fantastic.
I'll be right back.
He doesn't know that I'm getting ready to like remove him from the stream and say, "Oh no, where'd Robert go?"
Right.
Feel like, well, she got me.
I'm looking to see if I heard from Ed. Nope. No.
Well, I'm kind of having a cigarette and keeping an eye open for if he comes back. Hi, Derek.
G'day, Derek.
Hey, Derek.
Howdy, howdy. There. That wasn't Sarah.
Yeah, her bark is much fiercer than that.
Sure.
The big dog.
Oh, shush. Come on.
Rico Stan says, what are Sponge and Blackie working in?
I think I just ruined mine.
I've been doing ink, but my pens are all running out.
Hey, Scott.
So,
I think it looks good.
yeah.
It looks fantastic.
Your ink pen is running out.
Yeah, well, so far, I've got like 4 pens that all have very little ink in them. So I've got to like go over every spot heaps of times to get it to ink in. I was actually thinking about switching over and trying to do a quick painting. See how that goes, because
Welcome back, Ed.
Oh, I lost my power.
I was wondering if that happened. I just told Bob I wonder if your internet or your power went out.
Yeah, so I'm out in the truck, and as you can see, there is no lights on in the neighborhood.
Wow.
Oh, no. You got a generator?
No, but it's all right. Oh,
It's
now
kind,
you can
kind
see
of
the truck
nice
in
when
front
that
of me.
happens.
Yeah.
It's a nice rainy day. I don't know, maybe somebody ran into a telephone pole, but I'll take a cruise and see what's going on.
Huh.
See if downtown's lit up.
This is like one of
Holy
Bob
crap.
Taylor's streams.
So, Ed, have you decided what you're going to get at Taco Bell?
Yeah, it's all
Maybe
just a
we should go to
ruse, isn't
Taco
it?
Bell.
It's just a
Jeez,
ruse
I
so
can't
Ed
see
can go to
anything.
Taco Bell.
Yeah. Busted.
Get a quesadilla, Ed.
Bring me back
Do
a
they have
salad.
quesadillas?
Yeah. They got chicken quesadillas and steak quesadillas.
Asada. Asada quesadilla? Isn't that how they would say it?
but is Taco Bell is like Mexican fast food? Is that what it is?
Yeah. I mean, it's
That would make a Mexican mad if you said that.
It's
Yeah.
kind of it's Tex-Mex food,
Okay.
which is
It's-
the same as real
It's
Mexican.
white people Mexican food.
Yeah,
Don't piss
sure.
off
Yeah.
the Texans either, Pam.
And they have, just for the whole world's knowledge, they have finally made it to Australia. We have Taco Bell down here now.
Cool.
Oh,
Really?
congratulations.
In the cities and stuff.
I think so. I don't know where that.
How different do you think that our menu is from theirs? Because I know, like say we have McDonald's and they have McDonald's over there, but actually what we get served is different to like what's in America. Yeah. So do you think that's going to be the same with the Taco Bell?
Of course. But essentially, both of our Mexican food bases are still, white people influenced Mexican cuisine.
Yep.
So yeah, we'll have our Australian version of Mexican food, which will be essentially the same, I would imagine, to America's version.
Okay, you got to show us.
You know what?
I'm
the power might be out at Taco Bell.
Don't be scared. It was so good last time.
Yeah, but I think I
Did
just
you make it worse?
Yeah, look at all that bottom shit going on.
I like it. What's wrong with that?
Yeah.
I like it.
It didn't just
That looks good,
glitch
man.
then?
I'll take it. I'll work on it. I'll try and find the fix.
Looks pretty black out there. Is Taco Bell going to be open?
I don't know.
Surely.
Can you guys see like the street signs and stuff?
Yeah.
Yeah, but everything's really black.
Okay, cool.
There's no.
Yeah, I'm going down Blueberry Hill right now.
Blueberry Hill.
Yeah. I found my something.
My
What are the words? I found my thrills. Thrills, is it?
Here comes a bunch of cars.
Do you know that I actually don't think I've ever heard Blueberry Hill? I only know it because I used to play it in the school band. But it had no words,
Ah.
So like never actually heard the song.
Sonic
That
looks
was,
dark.
Forget who sang that. Gosh.
Fat Swaller or something.
Jimmy Buffett?
No.
No, it was like the Big Bopper, but it wasn't. It was Chuck. Was it Chuck Berry?
No. It might have been. I wanted to say that, but what?
I'll look it up. This is what Google is for.
I'm already on it.
Barry White.
No.
Barry
It's before
White.
Barry White. No.
Aha.
It's he played the piano.
Fats Domino.
Oh,
Yeah.
Lucky
Stevie
wins.
Wonder.
No, it's Fats Domino.
Little Richard.
Fats Domino.
Keep guessing.
No, it's
That up
Fat
there's our
Domino.
new prison.
That's what I said.
I see
jail.
lights though. I see street lights.
So many people have done it though. Louis Armstrong did it. Elvis Presley did it. Elton John even did it.
Did my mum tell you the story about how when I was little, I thought that Louis Armstrong lived behind the counter of the local pub?
Oh.
Why?
Because so they used to play it. This is at the Great Northern in Byron Bay. For Mikey, you guys won't know what that means, but yeah. And so we would go in there like to have dinner and stuff, and they used to play Louis Armstrong, and apparently I liked it or whatever. And so when I'd come in, I'd ask for it, and he used to play it, and I used to come in and ask if Louis was here, and I really believed that he was actually behind the counter, and the guy would be like, I see, yes, he is here, and he'd go and ask him if he would sing a song for me, and he'd put it on, and I remember really truly thinking that guy was down behind the counter singing for me, just for me.
Charlie Daniels. What the hell?
Can you see who's sitting behind me? I don't know if you can see that. I got a whole life-size skeleton in my back.
That's adorable.
I thought he
It
was
was
in
in
your
my
passenger
passenger seat, but I had to
Yeah.
drive my dad to the doctor yesterday.
seat. No more transit lane for you.
You
Or
need
whatever
to stop
they call it
somewhere
over there.
and get that guy a cheeseburger. He's looking just a little thin.
needs a few more than one.
My dad used to tell me, and I believed it for many years. Now I realize he was full of shit. But he used to tell me that he taught Fats Domino how to play pool. Or not Fats Domino, Minnesota Fats. Minnesota Fats. Yeah, he used to tell me he taught him how to play pool. And I freaking believed him for years when I was little.
Why is it so far-fetched? Is your dad bad at pool? Was your dad bad at pool?
But yeah. He used to tell me he taught Minnesota Fats how to play.
Hey, look, I tell people that I'm responsible for Blake's aquatic success. So, there's no reason people can't, digress from the truth just for a good story. Are we supposed to be helping Ed decide what he's going to eat?
Maybe.
Oh, I can't read the menu though.
Oh, I'll try to get it closer.
Hang on, I'll pull you up here.
Just get the server to read everything
Unfortunately,
out
I
to you,
can't
Ed.
see what you guys are saying.
Chicken quesadillo.
There you go.
We got
I
the
want
new
that children.
chicken sandwiches.
Get that platter.
Crispy chicken sandwich taco.
Oh, get it with something with jalapenos.
Mm. There's nothing up there I wouldn't eat.
I'm thinking about going with a number 6.
That's
Two
some
chicken
taco. I
chalupas?
can't read it though.
But I'm going
Oh,
to have the
chalupa.
tomatoes with it.
Well, it was. I think you did say it was Travis that inspired you to go to Taco Bell. I've always wanted to know what Travis has got against tomatoes.
They
I have a
great
tomato
tastes.
hater in my
They love
house.
tacos.
What's the green drink?
Baja
A green
Blast.
drink?
Yeah, there's a green drink and a pink drink.
Oh, yeah, it's a Baja Blast. I don't know what the pink is, but I'm going to see if they have strawberry lemonade. Hi, are you guys still open? Hello? Hopefully they answer. There's a whole bunch of cars waiting behind us.
Well, the one in my town, all they say to you when you pull up is, "Hi, how are you?"
It's such a waste
You know
of
what?
time,
Let
isn't
me
it?
check.
Yes.
Those bloody.
I'm like,
I guess I'm going to go to the
conversational
window and see if I can order there. Maybe the power knocked out their thing. You know what? There's nobody up here. Maybe they can't help anybody.
Oh,
I actually thought Ed was running that fast. I thought he just got out of his car and was running to the window.
Okay, they lost their power on the inside. Look at that. They're
Yeah.
closed.
then they're closed. Yeah.
No chalupa
Yep.
for you.
You gonna
So,
go back and
we're
tell
going to go
them
to
that?
Crystal.
well, I would say it's going to be like
Crystal's
that
never
out here,
closes. There was
Surely
like
those-
6 cars sitting behind me.
You didn't go tell them, Ed?
That's not
I'm
Ed's
going to point it
responsibility.
towards the road because I go blind looking at the screen and driving at night.
Well, I was looking forward to Taco Bell.
Right.
Me too.
Me
I've
too.
never had Taco Bell before. I was really I was excited.
Even if it was only going to be vicarious Taco Bell.
It's all right. That works for me.
Taco Bell is really good. It just the next day is not good.
Do they have like proper hot options? Like if you can ask for like, is it going to really burn my ring tomorrow? That kind of hot? Or is it just like jalapenos and that's where it maxes out?
Well, I mean, I think the only thing that they offer like hot is like they have like a type of like a hot taco shell, that's supposed to be like extra spicy or something.
Just like some paprika baked into the shell or something.
Yeah.
Yeah, right.
But surely, like a good cover would be if they had a good, like, really hot sauce, where you can decide, if you want to have that to add some spice.
Sarah, I'm going to
Yeah,
pass
yeah.
on getting. I'm going to pass on getting
They
Sandy
come
out.
with
He's hungry.
Don't
He's
want him
following.
They-
to
I think they have
mistake
3 or
your
4
finger
sauces.
for a mouse.
He's a big snake now. Nope.
Jay, they got like mild, hot, fire, and then
Fire,
Diablo.
Yeah.
I think.
Inferno.
But are they though? Like if you go for the Diablo or the Inferno, is it like quality heat or is it white people heat?
White people heat.
I would theorize that all fast food kind of things are going to always go for somewhere medium. They're not going to offer you something that's going to really get you,
Right.
because they
yeah.
want it to be palatable for the masses,
Right.
Yeah, I mean, if I had to explain it, I would explain it exactly how Dr. Black said it. It's just basically white people heat, I guess you call it.
Yeah, I can get away with saying that kind of stuff because I'm white.
Yep.
It's not racist when it comes out of a white person's mouth.
Oh goodness.
Trying to turn the camera around so I can show Sarah the milk snake.
Oh, you
I
got him
like
out.
that.
Oh. Or he's being out himself.
He's not out right now.
Aw.
Pam, when you can.
I'm heading there now.
What the hell are you doing that you're 3 rooms away? Teasing. He likes to hide under his water bowl because it's easy to tunnel around under there. That's
Now,
where I'm
how
looking.
much,
There he is.
Oh, yep, there he is.
Aw.
Oh, that bright light. I'm sorry.
Oh my gosh!
That's
I
pretty.
just drove by Crystal's. It was completely black.
Oh, no.
That's
Damn.
I just went-
wonderful. It's like bandy, but with red as well. But
He eats those little
is it
pinky
less?
mouse.
Is it less handleable, say, than the pythons?
It is. It's a little more. It's not as laid back. And 2, I haven't handled him but once. I've only had him 2 or 3 weeks. I've had him at a Repticon thing. He's growing
Okay,
though.
wow.
There
And
he
how big
goes.
do they get?
The males get 2.5 feet, and the females 3 on these.
Okay.
Oh wow! All the lights are out too. All the signal lights.
Yeah.
Yeah, be careful.
Aw.
Yeah,
It's
this
beautiful,
is
Bob.
I need to
This
send
is
you a picture. Pam.
McDonald's, and it's completely out. There's a car following me. It's probably a cop.
Probably.
They probably
Or
think
someone
you
who
hate them
thinks you're
again.
in the know of where to get some food.
Yeah. Somebody probably is hungry and following you around.
There he goes.
Could be those
You're going to
Tennessee fish
Goodwill.
mafia. Goodwill open this late?
Nothing's open. It's completely black out here. You know, I was going through a lot of red lights and didn't even realize it. Oh, look.
Well,
I don't know
I
if
guess-
you can see those lights, but that's a power line truck over there by the train track.
At least with the power outage, the red light cameras won't be working, Ed. You're pretty
Good
safe.
point. I live in a pretty small town. I don't know if we have any. Even though we have a lot of lights here. There's probably a bass tournament going on this weekend.
Yeah.
A what tournament?
Bass tournament.
Oh, bass, as in bass fishing.
Yeah.
Gotcha.
This is
What?
the second best bass fishing place in America, my town.
All right.
They have tournaments every
Right.
weekend during the summer.
Oh, crap.
Self-proclaimed or earned?
Oh, I'm pretty sure it's earned because I mean they actually have they do $100,000 payouts and stuff.
Ah, crikey.
That's crazy. What's the so like
Yeah.
where you live? What's the climate like? Like what's the
Well, we're in the Appalachian Mountains, and it's kind of a rainforest area because it rains all the time.
Oh, I didn't know that.
Yeah.
I
Yeah.
like the sound of that.
Something's got to wash those inbred Appalachians,
Right?
eh?
Yeah,
But
like
we're in the south, so it doesn't get covered in snow. We
Robert-
get some snow. Everybody, all the locals are saying that this is supposed to be a year we might get snow.
Robert's really over
So
in the
it'll be
mountains.
interesting.
It still gets very cold.
No.
Yeah, well, gets
No.
about like in the 20s sometimes. We get half the time here lately, you know, the past couple winters, it's only been in like the 30s maybe.
Robert's not old enough to remember what it used to be like, though, 60 years ago. It would get down to zero all the time or below, and single digits lots of times walking to school.
Even 5 years ago here, we were getting like minus 40, and now, like last winter, I think the coldest it ever got was like minus 16.
But I do remember the big blizzard that we had, because I was probably like maybe, let's see here, I was like 5 years old when I stepped outside, and when I stepped off the steps, I was all bundled up, but then I sunk down in the snow to where you couldn't see my head. Yeah, I was just
Wow.
a little guy.
That's cool.
And where
And then-
you're at,
And
you
then
get more snow.
comparatively, like how hot then does it get when it's hot?
Like usually 95 or something like that, you know.
Okay.
And
That's like
Well, that's all
almost
good
as
then.
hot as us. Is that right, Mikey? I'm not really good at converting the temperatures because
not-
we get up like to 40, but would 95 be like 35?
High 30s, yeah. 35, 37, somewhere around there.
Okay.
but you know, but that number is on like a really hot day, you know. That's like a
Oh.
bad
A
day.
maximum. Yeah.
Street light just came on.
Oh,
Look
good.
out. Ed could get fed yet.
Yes.
Ooh.
Yes, go to Taco Bell, Ed.
I think they all left. They weren't even
No.
there.
So they sent them
There
home.
is no place to eat. Everybody's
They
gonna
were like, the
starve.
minute the power went out, they were like, we can go home.
Yeah, they had all
Yeah,
the
I think
juniors,
so.
all the junior staff on, so they split as soon as there was no work to be done. Just shut the
All
doors
the
and
food
run.
probably just all everywhere. They probably left the grease things on. Yeah.
The news in Chattanooga tomorrow morning: Taco Bell burnt down because the kids left the oven on.
Arson.
There wasn't a soul at McDonald's or Crystal's either.
What's crystals?
Do you know what White Castle is?
Nah.
Crystals are the same thing as White Castles, but Southern style.
Crystals
What's
have
that
been
food?
around.
It's like a little slingers,
Yeah.
Sliders, whatever.
burgers on a biscuit,
Sliders.
or
Yeah.
burgers on a slider.
On a slightly smaller scale.
Yeah, I mean, just
What was it?
think of like it's a 2-inch by 2-inch burger, you know, just like a little square.
Really?
Super.
Little
What
baby
that,
birdies.
Yeah, they're just like you
One
gotta. It's basically, to get full off of them, you got to eat about 6 of them.
I was going to say a dozen.
Yeah.
Well, I was actually in an eating competition back in college, and I ate 42.
Whoa.
Dang, impressive.
Yeah,
Did you win?
thank you. I won.
Awesome.
Yeah, I think I beat the next guy. Was like only in the 20s. So I was pretty proud of myself. I'm surprised that no girls were impressed.
That's funny.
That's my neighbor's house.
So you didn't get any food, Ed?
I did not.
The lights are still off?
Yep.
Wow. That means your freezer and stuff is off.
Everything's gonna rot.
You better get that stuff out. Do you have gas stove?
Nope.
Uh-oh.
Oh, if he doesn't open the
Oh my
freezer,
gosh.
it'll be good for a while.
Yeah.
This whole time I didn't have my stupid phone plugged in, and I was at 50%. That's why I got in the car for the begin with.
Mine's at 10. That's why I came and plugged it in.
Oh, we haven't seen what you got going on for a while, Robert.
Oh, okay. Not a whole lot, but I've got this part that holds the seats, and I don't know if y'all can see it too well or not, but I got the seats in, the door panels, and the dashboard. But I can show it with the body on. I still got to do some more work to the body. It ain't fully painted yet, but I can get it on here without tearing something up.
Robert, do you know what Corvairs were? Chevrolet?
Huh?
Do you know what Corvairs were?
Corvettes?
Corvair. C-O-R-V-A-I-R.
It sounds familiar, but I would be lying if I said I knew for sure, so no.
Yeah, they were before your time, but so was that when you're working on them. That's pretty cool.
It is.
I can't
Yeah,
remember.
You should make a little bob and put it in there.
Yeah.
Did the wheels turn?
Yes. Not very good right now because I got to take them off and I got to take some like sandpaper and sandpaper the pieces that they go onto. Because like I said, like these models, they're not made as good as they used to. Because I think that the molds are getting old. Where the companies that made them. But but you got to do like a lot of trimming and twisting and stuff just to make stuff get halfway decent.
A lot of people don't want them to roll, so they don't come off the shelf and break.
True.
Spot, your dad has a Corvair?
Dad had one, Bob.
Yeah. Well, you never see those on the road. They were cool little cars. I had a cousin that collected them. He had 3 of them back in the day.
Were they
His grandfather
ones
shot
with like a round back window? Or I'm probably thinking of Pam's one from earlier, aren't I?
Yeah.
Yeah, the T-Birds had little round windows.
Yeah.
The Corvairs were more in the middle, late 60s. The motor was
Just
in the
round
back.
shaped or like bubbly?
It leans to the left a bit, but runs strong.
But yeah, Robert, you should make a bob and give him an afro and put him in there.
Yeah.
Afro Bob.
I don't know why, but every time I hear that, I always think of that story that what Pam told us.
Unsafe at any speed, Alex says. That's right.
But yeah,
Bob, when you had your afro, did you have facial hair?
I never had an afro.
Oh, what?
Never had one.
That's crazy.
Yeah,
It
the
is.
Barracuda had a big bubble back window. That's why my first car was a 65 Barracuda.
Is the Barracuda the one that I'm thinking of that has the bubbly round back window?
Yeah, they had a big bubble like back window. I'll show you.
Yeah,
Didn't the Pinto have that too as well?
No. No, sir. But like the Buick Riviera, my sister dated a guy and they were married for 40 years and she's dead. But anyway, the guy she dated in high school had one of those, a Buick Riviera, and they had the window on the Buicks then a couple years later. Yep, that back window. 63 T-Bird. Split back window. I don't know, Danny. I was actually only 8 then, so I've forgotten. Knew a lady that had a 65. Gorgeous. It had the rounded back seats.
There, that was my first car. 65.
That's awesome.
Oh, that's delicious.
I'm surprised they had colored photos back then.
Most of the time they didn't. Nobody had a color TV. It's crazy.
One of my daughters, Courtney, she was like, her older sister is 6 years older than her. And Jesse would always get her ready for school, make sure all her clothes matched and everything, when she started going to school. So when she was little, she was like looking through an old photo album that had photos of me when I was little. And of course, they were in black and white. And she was looking at the photo album and she says, I wish I lived back then. And I said, well, why is that? She said, because you didn't have to worry about matching your clothes.
God. That's a
Out
good
of
one.
the mouths of babes.
Bob, your glasses looked really cool there for a minute.
I know. I was zoning out on it, so I had to get out of there. These guys have been begging for a while.
They both Pacus, are they?
Tacos, yeah.
They're looking good, Bob.
They are, and where that one attacked the other one is almost healed up. You can hardly even see it. That
Oh,
down
one
there.
Pacu
Uh-huh.
bit the other. Oh, he's trying to eat a little thing.
He's trying to eat one of those platinum. You didn't get him. Those things go right in their mouths and grab the food out. I guess he's tired of it that time. Those
Yeah,
little
I've never
platinum-
seen a Pacu do that.
He thought it was food. I'm sure. Little platinum parrots. Thought about trying them with ones from Susie, the blue ones.
Electric
Polar
Agora.
blue.
Oh, polar.
Polar blue. Yeah.
Yeah,
See, there
Is
he
it
is.
those
electric
are pretty
polar?
fish.
Look, and here he comes right back. Look. He's a stud. He's about the size of a quarter, if that big.
What is it?
It's a platinum parrot. I think
Of
he's
what?
got a nest in there. Huh?
Oh, platinum parrot. Right. I thought you
No.
said a platinum parent.
No. Him's the platinum parent.
Well, I guess my fish aren't going to get their late night feeding.
Because you can't see them. Can't thaw it.
Well, no, I don't think the guppies will eat anything. They'll all be asleep.
That's probably true.
The Bishers would eat the frozen jumbo bloodworms in the dark.
I have to hand feed this one Sebrum because it's almost blind. Not well enough to see food. Can see shadows, but get back. Back. Still from a poor blind fish.
What a jerk.
I know. That's from Ginger Graves, too. She taught him to be a jerk, I bet you. See that? He's gotten a lot bigger,
That's
Ginger.
how those
It's
Nashville
huge.
people work.
That's right.
Those Geophagus, that's my favorite. I don't know what it is about those guys, but they are absolutely stunning.
They are cool fish. For sure.
Yeah, the ones I like the most, I can't remember the scientific name, but it's the ones that has the long trailers on their fins.
Yeah.
Sorry, I gotta vanish for a sec.
Oh, threadfins? Threadfin acaras?
Yeah. I bet that's what he means.
Yeah.
I have 4 of those guys.
They got the most colors in them, out of all of them.
I've hand fed these guys since they were little, and there's nothing. Yeah, there is one more worm in there. So they still come up for food.
Priscilla
Want me to
is
feed
here.
them.
And Chewy.
Hey,
is
Priscilla.
there. Hi, guys.
Hey, Priscilla.
Hi. I forgot to pay the electric bill
For the whole county.
for the city.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that would explain it.
This happened once before, and I went outside to videotape the fireflies because they were everywhere. And everywhere I pointed the video camera, I couldn't get them. They would stop firing. It was crazy.
You
I
know-
still posted the video.
Are they out tonight? It's getting a little late for them.
I saw a couple.
Do you still have your pond up?
Yeah, I'll keep it up for another month and a half. I'll keep it till the end of October.
I've already.
Our
took
temperature
mine
is
down.
about, you're about 10 to 15 degrees cooler than us,
Mhm.
I think. It's kind of bizarre
Yeah.
how only
Yeah.
a few hours north.
Yeah, because lower elevation
Yeah.
down in the valley, as they call it, I
For
guess.
you or for us? For us?
Or, Me.
We're lower than Knoxville
Okay.
is.
Oh yeah. That is right. I just had it backwards.
But we're a lot farther south than you, too.
Yeah.
So we're closer to the equator.
Right.
AT&T just gave me a warning that I've reached my maximum data use, but I have unlimited data use.
Yeah, I get
There
those
you
from
go.
my service provider too.
I get them as well.
Yeah, but see, we have Cheyenne is only like 45 miles away, but their elevation is 6,063 feet above sea level, and our elevation is 7,165 feet above sea level. So it's a steady, slow climb from Cheyenne to Laramie, but we're usually at least 10 degrees cooler than they are. They're kind of the start of the plains, whereas we're up in the mountains and a big bowl in the mountains. And probably nobody really cared to hear that, but
I appreciated it.
I found it interesting.
You never know, Pam, what's going to come up on a trivia show.
So Ed, do you remember those two planes that I picked up while we went and hung out that day?
Yeah, the Mustang and the Zero.
Yeah. So like when I get this car done, which one of them do you think I should start on first?
I would start on the Zero because you can mess up on it and it'll still look okay.
Yeah.
Good theory.
Sage advice.
Well, that's the one I'll start on then.
Sometimes you just got to heed the solid advice.
Yep. Well,
yeah, the Cheyenne is where they have the Frontier Days. The Cheyenne Frontier Days. I haven't been for a few years. A few years ago, I got best oil painting at their art show.
Cool.
But since I moved close to them and don't have to ship anything, I could just drive it there. I haven't entered anything.
My mom went to that her whole life. Well, not her whole life, her whole childhood.
Really?
In like 5 years, yeah, I think about 5 or 10 years ago, he took all the well, not all, but the young grandchildren.
The Cheyenne Art Show?
Well, it's Frontier Days. It's a big rodeo.
It's a big rodeo, and they have music, and it's like a big fair, and they have an art show and all that stuff.
Oh, cool. That's awesome.
I went to it when I was a little kid.
It's a real big one. I mean, it's a big one.
It's huge, yeah.
Wow.
Yeah, the only thing I can think, they probably have some big ones down in Texas too, but the only other one I've been to that's as big is the Pendleton Roundup in Oregon. It's pretty big too.
I wonder if Big Tank was ever a whatever rodeo rider in that. You know, that's what he used to do.
Did he really?
Yep.
Huh.
Yeah. Bull rider.
Yeah, the guy that used to shoe my horses for me, he was an ex-bull rider too. That's my favorite thing at rodeo is to watch, but not something I would want to do myself.
No. It probably requires a little more skill than running over a drunk man.
Probably,
That's a quality callback, Bob.
Just saying.
Oh goodness.
I was so upset. I was so upset. I went up and talked to my insurance agent the next day and told him what happened, and he recorded it and all that. And he sat there laughing his ass off. He thought it was hilarious. Oh my God. I broke the guy's leg.
Yep.
But he must have really been passed out because I turned on, it was really, really hot. And I had a big old Chevy, not Chevy, big old Chrysler Newport, which is like a big boat. I mean, it is. It's like a Cadillac. It's a big boat. And I turned it on and let it run for like 5 minutes at least while we talked because it was hotter than hell inside the car. And I turned the air conditioner on and turned the car on. And he still didn't move.
So you ran over his ass.
Yeah, and he was parked right next to me. Why didn't he crawl underneath his own goddamn car?
It sounds like that guy had one heck of a good time.
Maybe
Well,
he
maybe
thought
he
he did crawl under his own car.
That could be that.
Maybe he was under both. You just ran his legs over.
What was really bad was I was driving because I hadn't been drinking, and my ex-husband had been drinking, so I was driving. And there was a ton of people parked behind us, and it was just like a big dirt parking lot, you know, where you just pull in wherever. And I decided to go forward instead of backwards because there were so many people behind me. So I was just going to go pull forward and then circle around. And I asked my husband if there was anything in front of me. And he looked out the window and he said, well, there's a blanket and a pair of shoes, but don't worry about it. He didn't tell me that the pair of shoes had feet in them.
Jesus.
Oh goodness.
This would make a great episode on Believe It or Not. Or not. What is that
That
red?
looks pretty cool.
What is
For
that,
that
Ed?
show that I almost got away with it.
Oh, your
It's my skull or my skeleton.
Oh, that was cool.
His eyes light up really good at night. I've never even seen it.
Did you name him yet, Ed? Or her? Or
Yeah, it's Meredith.
Meredith.
Meredith?
Yeah, she's my passenger. So I can go in the express line.
I just
That
realized
looks kinda
I have a skeleton hanging in my hallway, also like kind of Halloween decoration, but I never thought to give it a name. I actually now I'm going to need to go and confer with my children about whether our hallway resident deserves a name. Actually,
You got to name it.
it seems remiss of me to have left it unnamed.
Yeah.
Doesn't the name Meredith have its etymological roots in death? Isn't there something to do with death in the name Meredith?
Oh, I have no
Apart from-
idea.
Apart from the "dith" bit at the end that sounds like death.
I don't know.
I never dated one, so that's why I figured I'd name it that. So I wouldn't hate it.
What the hell?
Back in a sec.
Larry D, some of you may have seen it, did an unboxing of some things today, a short video, and he has the coolest skull. I don't know where he got it, but it looks like it's just had the flesh peeled off of it. It still has like the mucus and stuff on it. It's really creepy.
Yeah.
Really creepy skull.
Mucus.
Yeah, the mucus and the stuff under the stuff that makes the skin stick down to the fat and the gooey
Hey,
stuff.
Bob,
Yes, sir.
Sounds like I need the shot.
where do boogers come from?
Boogers?
Oh my God.
Yeah, snuff.
Well, that's a good question, and I know the answer. You know, you have the inside of your nose is not dry or not supposed to be, so the hairs in it, as well as the secretions that come down the nasal passages, are a defense mechanism. And when you inhale a lot of whatever, you know, pollution or whatever, it's going to get caught in there. And what doesn't goes in your lungs, of course. But I remember when I moved to New York, my boogers went from green to black in like 2 days. True story. True story.
Oh, that's terrible.
It is.
Well,
I'm like, what
BJ said
the heck
that
is this
shit's
place?
not funny.
what food is your main food that creates the boogers? Because your body has to digest it and make it.
No, the
So
boogers
I'm going to guess like milk products.
No. The color comes from external stuff. Things you breathe through there.
Yeah, but I mean, somehow your body's still creating the stuff that gets on the cilia or whatever, you know, the hair.
Yeah. Yeah. Cilia are down in your lungs and stuff, but I don't think they're in your nasal passages. They might be. Well, it's been 100 years since I took anatomy. I don't know. It's a good question.
I'm just not into biology because I think it's gross.
It is. And you know what we had to work on besides an ox eye and other things was a cat, of all things.
Yeah.
They were cats were going to be euthanized, and they were taken out of a kill shelter and humanely euthanized, and then became what we had to learn different things about. And working full time, I got behind, so I got permission to take mine home. They were wrapped up in formaldehyde. They stunk to high heaven of formaldehyde. And my whole apartment building stunk of it. But I got caught up.
Is that how you learned how to catheterize a dog?
No, I learned that from doing it to people.
Well, yeah, I was wondering if you had to learn on a cat before you could learn on a person.
No, it was just the anatomy. It wasn't like procedures, you know, like doing anything to them. There was one weird lady, they said danced with hers, but it was just a rumor, I think. Danced.
Like danced with her dead cat that
Yeah.
she had to.
Yeah.
You can dance if you want to. Leave your friends behind.
I was going to go stray cat strut.
It was a lady named Anna something. I can't remember her last name. They were always picking on her. Well, Oscar
Were they
came up.
afraid to pick on you, Bob?
They were scared to death of me. But you know, I had the tendency my field everywhere. Yeah.
I think we just heard a spirit in Bob's house.
Well, I don't know. We've been on for 2.5 hours. How do I think about going? I have unlimited time now, but still 2.5 hours is quite a long time.
He may
You know, I didn't even realize it.
I know it goes fast when you're working.
I may have to actually hop down in a few minutes because I looked at my battery and I'm in the red.
Yeah, and Bob's dying too, so I think it's probably time to go. What do you guys think?
I just go with whatever works for everybody else.
Yeah, I think we'll call it a night. Are you guys going to be able to come back next week?
Battery died on me.
Potentially.
All right.
Actually, this has absolutely not been discussed, but I feel like there might be a slight chance that me and Mikey will be at the same location next week.
Oh, cool. Awesome.
But that means I might have to, pack up my paints and stuff.
Cool.
Oh no.
Well,
Okay, you want to show us what you got so far? Ooh, I
Um,
like it.
I was just starting a painting, so I don't know.
Very
It has a way to go of smushing those paints together. And
That
this
looks
is the other
fantastic.
guy.
who looks awesome.
Yeah,
Hmm.
love that.
Super awesome.
Yep, that's pretty cool.
I like it.
Thanks, guys.
Okay,
Started putting color on your drawings.
Jackie, show us what you got before we go.
Hmm.
Oh, but okay. Yeah, green screen's really. Hang on, let me turn that off. That's playing
Yeah,
havoc
do.
with it.
Oh, I like it.
I did.
Wow.
Looks pretty
That's super cool, babies.
cool. Yep, that's pretty cool.
I really like the section like inside the brain area. That's what I'm going to call it.
I just
I
did
like
a
it too.
whole extra lines in that bit too.
I like all the lines.
And Ed can't show us anything.
No,
And Robert can show us what he's got done so far tonight, though.
Haven't got a lot accomplished, but yeah, it's pretty much the same as I got the
A little bit more
the
details in
seats
there.
in and stuff, and then I put the wheelie bars on.
Awesome.
Have you always like been into model cars and stuff, Rob?
I
is it
did
something
I
you've
did a
come
lot of
into?
them when I was a kid. When I was younger, like 12 years old. Then I got out of it, and I just recently started back into it. But I'm definitely taking my time a lot more now than when I did as a kid. I just put them there together, and just whatever happened. Just painted them all one color. Now I'm getting into like the detailing.
I think I can remember making a stack of like model airplanes and cars and stuff as a kid, but I never painted them.
You just
Oh,
had
yeah.
like grey
Nice
ones.
so far.
Yeah, it was just always plastic with the supplied stickers. Put them on, no paint. Ugh.
Same here.
I painted
Can we see yours up close, Pam? On the
Why?
big screen?
It's not
I
very
wanna
much
see-
done.
Because I want to see it.
Ah,
Thank
there it is
you.
so far.
very nice.
Oh,
Yeah.
I love it.
my cigarettes.
A little bit disappointed
cool.
that I've filled almost an entire page with ink, and all you've done is an antler pan.
No.
Yeah.
I'm slow.
Come on, Pam.
I mean, who's the professional here?
I know, huh?
Right.
Oh, well. I should have had it more done, but I've been working on some paintings. So I haven't been working on the drawing stuff. I need to, tomorrow I'll get some stuff done for my giveaways on Wednesday's stream. Tuesday I'm going to go for a ride in the mountains because it's supposed to be like 52 degrees and sunny, which is perfect for deer and elk and moose and stuff being out and about. So that'll be shown up on a members only video.
Do you go out and try and get photos of them that you can then draw later on?
Yep, that's
Yeah.
what I do.
Nice.
Nice. That would be pretty choice.
Hmm.
Okay, so we're going to call it a night, everybody.
Hey,
Everybody's
thanks for having us up, Pam.
Oh, thanks.
Yeah,
For
thank you.
Next week. It was fun.
Thank you so much, Pam.
And well, thank you guys for coming up. And like I say, we'll do it again next week. And thank you everybody for coming in. And thank you, mods.
Good night.
And good night, everybody. Good night.
Good night.
If I can get to the button.
Bloody Pam and buttons.